Here we are on beautiful Jones Street.
You saw Ted Jones.
Are you have a male roommate?
I have a male roommate.
How's that?
It sucks.
Why? Just because like he leaves hair on the sink or what?
He does do that. He also.
You know what? Sometimes like when I had a roommate in the past, that would be like the only thing that really kind of annoyed me about having another roommate. What's up, Alexis Ramirez?
What's up?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming on the pod. So this thing goes back and forth,
okay.
not up and down. So
Not
get comfy.
Up and down. Okay.
You comfy yet? You can sneak in there, put your leg up like this, if you want. Boom! There she is.
Boom.
Fresh from, where do you live?
Astoria.
Like every comic lives in Astoria, right?
Yes.
Do you see a lot of comics walking around, or like they go to your coffee shop potentially?
Well, I work in not Astoria.
Okay, I did want to open up and start with talking about the coffee shop situation, because I imagine you see a lot of the same people frequently.
Yes, there are lots of regulars.
What's the most amount of times you think you see one person a week?
There are people that'll come in like multiple times a day.
For the same order?
Same order.
Okay, I have become that guy at like my local coffee shop. I've lived in this location for about 6 years now, and I never really frequented the coffee shop until recently.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little bit nicer out, and I've realized that I got to go outside sometimes, because like I'll just bury my head in editing, and I can be at this little kitchen desk counter situation for like 6 hours in a row. Yeah. So I've gotten out to the coffee shop a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like they know so much about my life. It's like having a doorman.
You feel like you've overshared with your coffee people?
Maybe.
And now
yeah,
they could...
because as you know, I always wear merch that says my name on it.
Yes.
So people are like...
I think that's a power move.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But people are like, oh, TEDJONESWORLD. And then people ask, and then they'll be like, yeah, I'm a comedian. They'll be like, oh, where can I find your stuff? Blah, blah, blah. And then they'll start talking to me about my stuff. And...
It is scary when people want to talk to you about your stuff.
Yeah. But maybe there's things that change each week that people would potentially want to hear about.
There's like... So there's regulars that are like people that work around there too.
Yeah.
So there's like a camaraderie that way, where it's like, oh, what's up? We see each other every day. We work here. So there's that kind of thing happening. And then there's also like people that'll come in multiple times a day with their little dog. And I'm like, sorry, there's not going to be.
But I imagine that you only know a few of their names.
Yes.
Right? Like people have probably seen you 500 times and still you guys have not exchanged names, right?
Right.
That's crazy to me. Like at the gym too, you know, like I remember specifically, I had seen this one guy, no joke, at least 1,000 times at the gym over like a 6 to 7 year period.
Was he like built?
I'm flexing that. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I went to the gym. But yeah, he's a built guy. And finally I like asked him if he was using some piece of equipment. I was like, by the way, I'm Ted. He's like, oh, I'm Sergio. I was like, I didn't know you were going to sound like that.
I'm Sergio.
Yeah.
I love that.
I didn't know that he was going to sound like that. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it took me 6 years to ask this guy's name. And theoretically, it would have just been too late past like time 20 to ask his name.
Okay, well, so something like that kind of...
That water's like, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
So I did laundry yesterday.
Oh, wait, before we get into it, where do you go? Do you like do it at the
It's like
place?
It's in my apartment complex. So it's you walk down 2 blocks and then it's like there.
Okay, is that my phone or your phone?
That's your phone.
Forget about
it.
Ugh, let me just cancel. Anyway, continue talking to them. Go ahead, I'll listen.
So guys, this was what was I saying? Yes, the laundry. Yes, the laundry. So there was basically I went to do laundry and all of the machines were taken up except for one. So I start putting my laundry in, and then
This has become like a solo podcast. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. That was your mom calling, right?
No, do you know Tony Davis?
No, I'm trying to make you look good. That was your mom calling.
It was my mother. Well, I would have picked it up if it was my mom.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was just one of my
mom.
boys. Okay, go ahead.
But so basically, this woman comes in. She sees all of she's like an 80-year-old Puerto Rican woman. Found this out during the conversation. But anyway, just to paint the picture, sees all the machines taken. She's like, this is not going to work.
Yeah. She's
like, no, this is not. And so she takes the clothes out of one machine, and I'm like watching her. I'm like, listen, not my clothes. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And she's with her friend, and they're like pulling the clothes out, and she's like, these are Indian clothes. And I'm like, what's happening?
Did they smell? Is that what she said?
No, like it was coming out of the washing machine.
Was that messed up for me to just say that? No, I meant in general. Did they smell?
In general, no. Everything smelled like soap. Everything was like, you know,
clean clothes.
Everything was sterile.
Yeah.
But she just literally started doing this, and then I was just like kind of like giving my 2 cents. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like they should have come gotten their clothes out, because she was like saying that over and over, like, come on, like, what do you expect me to do?
I have like a little bit about how New York people try and negative bond with other people.
Right.
They're like, look, isn't this crazy? Like
isn't this crazy? Like a guy I'm justified.
A guy was standing in the bike lane. He almost got hit by a biker. He looks back at me. He's like, can you believe this asshole? I'm like, bro, you're standing in the bike lane.
You're the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's insane.
But this lady, she was perfect. I have no notes for her.
How did we get to that before?
Because halfway through our like interaction, like she stayed and watched her. It was one jacket that she did. Also, she used dish detergent, not laundry detergent.
Stop.
It was fine. It was fine. I mean, at the end of it, there was no soap on the. Like it was clean. Yeah, she stayed the whole time, and so in the middle of the conversation, I was just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Alexis," and she was like, "Oh, I'm Nadia."
But that was the first time you ever met her.
Yeah.
Right.
Normal. Yeah.
Does anyone ever hit on you at the coffee shop? And it's like weird because they see you 1,000 times later, or they like DM you and they're like, oh my God, your comedy's so funny. And then you're like, oh, I didn't read it.
There's one guy that has been like, said something about my comedy, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like whatever, you can get my Instagram, but like not like, there's nothing weird yet. There is this one guy with Alzheimer's, and he comes in the morning and he's like, he's come to the coffee shop, left, got ice cream, came back, brought the ice cream for us to put ice cream in his coffee, and then just left the ice cream with us.
Like a root beer float?
Yes.
Coffee though?
Well, it's like
coffee float.
It's like affogato. It's like, you know, it is a real thing, but we don't have ice cream. Like he's just kind of.
Oh, that's what the drink is called? Affogato, when you put ice cream in coffee?
Mm-hmm. But he's just like being out of pocket. Like we have what is on the menu. Like this is crazy. Like don't be, you know. And he'll bring in like crackers and stuff. I feel so bad for him because he's just like.
Seems like a sweet guy.
He's a sweet guy. He's just old and like, sorry, I came to work, not to. But at the same time, not to work in an elderly home.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like if you do have Alzheimer's, there's probably peace in knowing that you don't have Alzheimer's. You know?
He doesn't know.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's only the people around him that are stressing out.
That's true.
Like he just wakes up and it's like 51st dates with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. You know, like
he's living the life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Well,
from an insider's
we have fun.
With Alzheimer's looking out. Potentially. Yes. It's just stressful for the people that are around you because you don't remember that.
Yeah.
Or they don't remember.
Yeah, my grandma had Alzheimer's. It was
how old was she when she got it?
Well, so it was fucked up because she had like stomach cancer. They thought she had stomach cancer, so they took her in to like do the surgery, and then she had a clot during the surgery, which she didn't even need because it turns out she didn't have cancer. Fuck the medical system.
Wait, what do you mean she didn't need?
She didn't need the surgery at all. Apparently, like it was not cancer at all. They just read the thing wrong. South Carolina, shout out to the medical system down there. Man. And then.
So she didn't get a second opinion? Right.
And then so she had a what do you call it? Like an aneurysm, you know, with the blood clot shit.
Sorry to hear that.
No, she's dead now. It's okay.
Right.
She's in a better place. Yeah.
Jinx. But I would say, and also when I said she didn't get a second opinion, if a doctor tells me something dramatic, I'm trying to handle it right then.
Yeah.
I'm not like, you know what? Let me wait 2 weeks and figure out another doctor's schedule outside of my health insurance.
Right.
And go see what they think for another $1,000.
You want to, in this climate of not knowing what's real, you want to be able to trust doctors, you know?
Doctors will, I'm trying to say this in a way that I don't want to offend so many doctors. They'll like try and
beef up their resume of being a doctor.
And like maybe they'll be like a heart surgeon, but they claim to know a lot about stomach surgery. Stuff like that. Or maybe they know somebody who is a stomach specialist.
Yeah.
And then they would theoretically know about it because of that. If
Grey's Anatomy is right, then they're doing lots of stuff that's not good.
Did you watch all of that?
A lot of it. It's like my guilty pleasure.
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. So you still watch it?
Sometimes, yeah. I watch it basically just to cry now. Like I'll just watch it and sob.
You enjoy to cry and watch it?
Yeah.
I just get too sad if I watch stuff like that. The only thing I really cried when I watched, to be honest, and I'll be vulnerable right now, was probably The Notebook. But that was years ago.
Oh my God,
I wonder if I would cry now.
That's so vulnerable.
Right? I don't know what else.
I've never seen The Notebook.
You haven't?
No.
I don't remember what it is.
It's
really.
not. I think it's like about a letter. There's like letters and
Probably.
like
In The Notebook, theoretically.
there's rain.
A lot of rain.
There's
and like
rain.
kissing in the rain. Like,
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, that'll get you. That'll get the guys. But I want to jump back to working at the coffee shop, just because I think that is a place where you see a lot of familiar faces and things could get weird because there's not really a job where you see people so much and people feel so comfortable in that area, but you still don't know that you don't have a rapport with them. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's different than serving.
Yeah, because
right.
And serving, and if you're a bartender, chances are the patrons are getting drunk, then you're having a conversation with them, and then you know each other back and forth. But at a coffee shop, it's more like get your Americano and go sit down.
Yes, and that's also like this is like the New York of it. Is very like it's fast paced. Like they're trying to go to their job or their, whatever the fuck that they're doing, and so it's like that line of short small talk, but you want it to be enjoyable because that dollar or whatever that they tip you is like extra to what you know. So you're still trying to hustle that way.
Yeah.
But you also like. You run out of things to say. How's it going? I've seen you 4 times.
Yeah.
How's it going? Again.
Good.
So, yeah.
I'll have the same thing I've had the last 74 times I've been here.
Right.
When you flip the thing around to get them to tip.
So thank God it's already flipped. There's no flipping. So like.
Well, how's it already flipped? There's like
there's
double-sided.
one computer. Yeah. And then like the other one, it just stays there.
Okay, where do you lock eyes though? Like after you do the receipt?
I don't give a fuck. I'm literally like, what do you want? Like I'll type in what they want, and then I'm like, okay, it'll be over here. Cause like I don't care. You tip if you don't want to tip. I don't care. But it is such a thing. Like people get nervous at the register. Like you could feel it. You could feel them being like, I don't want to like fail this societal
is it like 15,
test.
20%, 25%, or is it like $1, $2, $3?
I think
what is the option?
So this is insider info, but it used to be 10, 15, 20, but now I think it's just $1, $2, $3 because most people like even when they look at the percentages, like $1, $2, or $3 is easier in people's minds.
But also $1, $2, or $3 is probably more than 15, 20, 25.
Exactly. Yeah, because if you're buying
nice move.
Yeah. Shout out.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say where I work now.
Yeah. You don't have to. But I see that also a lot at coffee shops now, more so the dollar amount.
Yeah.
So I imagine that you guys all split it. Like everybody who's working that shift splits the amount.
Yeah, and there's only like 4 people that work there, so it's kind of cool. Cause like now I feel like, cause I had a serving job when I moved here, and then I was like unemployed for a while. So now working with like a tight like 4 group. Like, it feels like I have friends again.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm like work friends.
How was it being a server? And where did you grow up?
I grew up in South Carolina.
Okay.
So I was born in Hawaii, grew up in South Carolina, worked at Jack's wife, Frida, when I first moved
Which
here.
one?
The one in Williamsburg, like on Wythe Street.
Okay, so you ever hear of Tiger Hood? All right, pop up the footage right here. We had the Neat Burger 1-year anniversary party. It's just like this vegan restaurant. We had an eating competition and a comedy show.
Okay.
And outside of Jack's wife Frida on Lafayette Street, this guy just like
yes, that's the one beside my work now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He hits milk cartons all the time, and like he's outside of the Comedy Cellar with like a golf club. So I was hitting milk cartons with him. It was hilarious. You'll see the footage right here.
Shit. Okay.
But that's why I know Jack's wife Frida, and also it's like a very trendy place that people.
It's so trendy.
Yeah.
It's like
It must have been stressful working there, if you're allowed to talk about it.
It was okay. So there was in October, I had like sort of a mental breakdown or whatever, but I had been working there for like 2 months, and it was just kind of a lot working because it was like 6 a.m. till like whenever. It was a lot.
Well, when did the breakfast shift start? Like 9?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Crazy. But so I was working there, and then I loved the place, but it is kind of like, it's like corporate diner. So like all the things that are bad about that sentence, just fill in the blank. Like that's what it's
because diner has unlimited food.
Diner has,
I mean, menu items. I mean,
right. So there's fucking hella menu items. There's also there's also like, I don't know. The people that come there is like either tourists or that it's like people that are super particular, which I feel like that's a lot of New York too. But with coffee, it's not like that. It's just like you either get this or that or that. the craziest thing you can do is be like a dumb bitch, like ordering. That's the worst. That's the worst when I get people that are just like, wait, what kind of milks do you have? Like they've never had milk before. I'm like, all right, sweetie, we have these milks.
Being a server,
what do you want?
What did that entail though, being a server at that restaurant?
Well, I was a bartender and a server there, so it was mostly bartending. But serving is, I don't know, it's just like everywhere else.
But
it's not
being a
horrible.
bartender, you didn't have to get there that early.
Yeah, you had to get there at the same time.
Really?
You had to get there at the same time and help, like, it was like a very, like, communist version of, like, serving. It was like everyone does everything. It was tip pool.
So it must have been a hard job to get, theoretically. Did you have prior experience?
Yes, I had prior experience, and I got a recommendation from Kit Baxley. You know Kit Baxley?
Yes.
So he helped me get that job, and then I, like, went in and, like, had my resume and, like... You know, I'm good in job interviews. When I start working,
yeah, I mean, you're doing a good job on this pod. Did you start serving and work as a bar back in South Carolina before you moved to New York?
Yeah. So all the way back, valedictorian of my high school.
Oh, in Hawaii?
No, in South Carolina.
Okay.
Not as hard.
Okay, but quickly, how'd you get from Hawaii to South Carolina? And
Dad was in the military.
Oh,
so
cool.
Military dad.
In Hawaii.
Yeah. That's where he was stationed.
And that got based back into South Carolina.
Yes. He cheated on my mom and then we left. Woo.
How old were you when that happened?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad's pretty cool.
Do you still talk to your dad?
Sometimes. I haven't talked to him in a minute. Like,
how long's it been?
Since I moved here, really.
To New York?
Yeah.
When did you move here?
July of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. And like he has a new baby now. He has like a newborn. It's probably like a year old now.
Have you seen pictures of it or FaceTimed?
I've seen one picture of it. It's with his like 5th wife. So I'm kind of like over it. I'm kind of like, you can just, you keep trying. You keep retrying to do this whole life thing. I support you. Mm-hmm. But fuck off. That's kind of how I feel. But, you know, his loss or whatever. But basically went to USC in South Carolina for like 3 years. Gamecocks.
3 years.
And then
you didn't graduate?
Did not graduate, dropped out. And then served basically from there.
Why'd you stop after junior year?
There's probably like a lot of like superfluous reasons I can come up with, but I just, you know, got depressed, did drugs, was a cool person for like a couple years. I have like 30 hours until like to get a degree, but
30 hours of what?
Like left, like if I went back.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know.
30 hours?
30 hours, I know. Everyone says I should go back.
Why not? Or just finish it in New York?
Yeah, maybe.
Why not?
Yeah.
At this point, you're in. You chose a career path where that's not necessary, but maybe it's sprucing you up a little bit, make you feel better if you did it.
I think I definitely still want to learn shit. Like
Right.
That's not the hold up, but I don't know. College is like for some people, and then I think the internet can be a substitute.
100%.
Yeah.
So you moved to New York last July.
Yes.
And you love it or what?
I love some of it. I love some of it. Some of it is crazy. Some of it I still am getting used to, but like the train, people tell me that I should hate the train. It's my favorite fucking spot.
Love the train.
I love the train.
It's great. The only time it's weird is late nights on a weekend when it's like a little bit weird. But besides that, I love the train.
Yeah.
It's so efficient, quick. You get anywhere, you just look at your phone. It's easy. I love it.
I don't even look at my phone.
You know how to use it now?
Yeah.
What do you mean you look at the cars?
Oh, I thought you meant when you got on the train.
Oh, no. I meant like look at the map.
You get on the train,
I'm like, you
just
get on
look
the
at your
phone,
phone.
you're just on the gram. No, I meant for directions, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely still need directions for most places. But like my job, the comedy stuff I go to, like all of that stuff I normally.
Pretty central.
Yeah. I can get there like without the GPS.
Okay, so
cool.
one of your first big comedy experiences, you were on Kill Tony.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know Kill Tony, a worldwide phenomenon of a show where they have live performances weekly.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many comedians they have per show.
They call it the #1 podcast in the world.
But they have
live podcast.
Right. How many comedians do they have on per show?
So normally it's like, I don't know, 10 or so bucket pulls, and then they have like a panel of people.
So they have about 10 new comedians that they pick from a hat each show, and each comedian does 1 minute, and you did a minute of stand-up on that show. When was that?
That was in June, like a month before I moved here.
And that was in Texas?
Yes.
Okay, so how was that? What was the experience like?
So it was crazy. Me and my friend Amanda, I bought us tickets to the 10-year anniversary of Kill Tony. So we were there for that. And then we were still in town. We like went as like a whole vacation type thing or whatever. And so that was on Saturday. So the Monday after, that's the Kill Tony that I got on. And we just went to a bunch of open mics. Like, I'm a psycho. Like, she wanted to go see the Bats. I was like, no, it's not happening.
What's the Bats?
There's like a cave in Austin that like you could see the bats like come out at sunset or something. It's
like a zoo or no?
It's not a zoo. It's like in the open. It's like just a place. And my friend Amanda, she's right. We should have done that. Like, we should have made some actual like great memories. But so we went. And we got in line at like 4:30 on Monday, like PM. And the show doesn't start until like 8 or 9. And sat in line for the whole time to like sign up for the open mic. And then after the open mic was Kill Tony. So. And
how many people sign up for the 1 minute Kill Tony mic?
I think there's like.
Hundreds?
Hundreds, yeah.
Right. And then it's random.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's what they say.
Right. Well, I imagine it is.
I think it is.
But you did 1 minute. How'd you do?
The minute I felt was bad. It was like, I was just frozen. Like, I was so nervous. Like, I blacked out. Like, I really didn't know what happened, like, the day after. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happened. But then it came out, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, well, it wasn't horrible, but it was still just, I don't know. He was so nice.
Did anything come from it?
I did the secret show at the, like, Sunset Strip. So it's like Red Band's like comedy club that's literally like 3 blocks down from the mothership. People apparently don't like it as much. I don't know why, but that happened. And then I got to like go after like Brian Holtzman and like all these people that are like really good. So that was crazy and like really hard, but like the best.
Why did you move to New York and not Austin at that particular time? If you feel like you had momentum potentially in that city.
It was already like in work. Like, I think we hadn't signed the lease yet, but we were about to.
This is you and your current roommate?
Yes.
Okay.
It was supposed to be me, him, and another dude. But the other dude backed out at the last minute.
Another comedian?
Yeah. I'd say his name if it was worth. No, I'm just kidding.
Poor guy.
Yeah. It's fine. But so yeah, it was just like already in motion, and I don't know. I would definitely go to Austin again, but I don't know. It's like being there for a week and then coming here and seeing what New York is like. I still think I like New York better. Like, there's a large part of Austin that I'm like, okay, yeah, that's probably cool. But then a lot of what I saw was just like really edgelordy stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Like, this is fun, but I don't know.
I feel like also being from South Carolina may have felt like a smoother transition, just going from suburban city to suburban city, but sounds like you like New York.
Yeah, I definitely do like, I don't know. I miss parts of South Carolina, like the mountains and shit like that. Like,
okay.
Nature, but other than that, I don't miss anything about South Carolina.
Did you live in the suburbs there, or you lived in the city?
Well, I grew up like on a farm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I grew up in Darlington, South Carolina.
It's like milking cows and
like
chickens and stuff?
Yeah, my grandma had chickens, and donkeys and shit. They had like a fox pen. They would rent the land out though. So they didn't actually farm it, but they'd be like, here, you till the land.
Does that mean like they'd lease it out to farmers, and the farmers would have that square acre or whatever of land, and then they grow stuff on it?
Yeah.
Interesting concept. That's like renting a store in the city.
Right.
Except maybe the land's probably cheaper.
So in a way, my family is Jew. Or
Nice, good touch. What's it like living with a guy?
Some parts are good. Some parts I contemplate murder.
Tell us both parts.
So the
good parts.
The good parts. The good parts, there are definitely some. Let's see. He's always ready to have fun. He's always like, what are we doing? Like sometimes he'll like get coffee. That's really nice. Like,
from your shop?
No, just from like we have a
because you don't work
Dunkin'.
in a store. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
The good parts. Wow, I'm really. Please don't watch this. Roommate.
Yeah, we can switch to the murder parts, which is what I was talking about initially. Which is like when I had a guy roommate, it was just the small things would make me nuts.
Like what?
Like not putting tops on seltzer, so then the seltzer bottle would run out of bubbles. Having hair in the shower.
What about the toilet paper? Like
refilling the toilet paper roll.
That's like one of the biggest things because it's so simple.
Yeah.
Our toilet paper thing is broken. So like it'll fall off, like, like the holder. But I'm still like, it doesn't matter that it's broken. It still needs to be like,
and
replaced.
even living alone, I think I try and do the things that are annoying because I know that maybe it'll help the rest of my day. Weirdly, like I make my bed every day.
That's good.
And I try and not leave any sort of like articles of clothing on the floor. I do have a chair for that. But I feel like everyone kind of has a chair. Where
everyone
has
a chair. And if people are going around saying they don't have chairs,
they got a chair.
Don't trust those people.
Look for the stool in the corner. You see anything here that would be weird and out of touch? No,
it is funny that you have the weights right in front of the mirror. That's good.
I don't really use those too much. But look, my shoes are organized in a line over here.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Like Jackie Chan was talking about how he was like, my son, he's not disciplined. He come in, he not have the shoes in order. One shoe here, one shoe there. So I was like, you know what? I got to line up my shoes too.
I think everyone should model their lives after Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah. You live by yourself?
Now someone's calling you.
Oh, no. That's funny. It's just text.
Yeah.
It's one of my hoes.
One of your hoes?
Yeah.
What do you think they're saying? Should we read the text?
It probably said, actually, sorry, I can't talk.
They said that to you?
Yeah. Actually, sorry.
What were we talking about? Jackie Chan.
Oh, roommate.
Yes.
Let's see. The annoying stuff is basically just like dirty stuff. Like.
Yeah, I think that's probably the number one complaint of roommate to roommate is just the hygiene.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like he's disgusting. He's great.
Right. But still,
clean,
I think like when you share a space with someone, that's probably the number one complaint of anyone. Cause you can imagine like maybe the second part would be if you're living in really close quarters would be the snoring or maybe just the breathing. You think you do? I think so. I'm pretty sure. Well, if you think you do, you probably do. I feel like this is going to make me sound crazy. Let's hear it. But I'm sorry. Sometimes I come home and I just don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to like chill. And that's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I'll come home and then somebody wants to talk too much. It's an argument because I'm tired or and someone's like forcing you to talk. No, that sounds like a boyfriend. Yeah, but that sounds like a boyfriend girlfriend thing, which pisses me off because I'm not dating anyone. Yeah. So no one. But can't you just? Yeah, but can't you just be like, I want to chill. I don't want to talk right now. Put your headphones in and just turn on the computer. Yeah. But sometimes people's got stuff to say and they want you to hear it. Yeah. That's why I talk to myself all the time, as you could probably imagine. I'm a big talk to myself guy. My sister was like, Teddy, do you ever talk to yourself in your apartment? I'm like, are you joking? Yeah. Yes. Of course. All the time. I mean, yes, but also, I don't know. I love a good silence. Like, I don't know. Should we hit it for like 5 seconds right now? But you blew it. No, I do love a good silence. But at the same... Sorry. But at the same time, you're like, I love a good silence. Do you have an iPhone? That's an iPhone sound? Yeah. Come on, whip out the phone. It's over there. Oh, whoops. Yeah. All right, I guess not. Never mind. I take podcasting seriously. Good. Yeah, phone away. Yeah, phone away. Ring her on. Ring her on. God damn it. But it's like when I'm out and I'm at a place, it's different living alone than living it with a roommate, you know? Yeah. I've only lived alone like one time. It was the best experience. When was that? In college? It was like 4 years ago almost. It was right when I moved to Greenville, South Carolina. So that was like 3 years ago. Is that the capital? No, Columbia is the capital. Very close. You said Columbia earlier, so.
You fixed
I
it.
did?
Yeah. I think so. Anyway.
I don't think I did. If we did, maybe we'll pop it up right back here.
Yes,
I
but
don't think I did. Maybe. Well, is that where University of South Carolina is?
yeah.
I think I just said Gamecocks. I don't think I
Okay.
said Columbia.
Well,
Could we patch it
tomato,
in?
tomato.
You're right.
But yeah, it was amazing. I don't know. It was like 600 square foot. It was so tiny. It was amazing.
So tiny. That's
Yeah.
like a good size for New York, huh?
Right. Yeah. That's also one thing that I don't like. People, always say that like, oh, everything's so small. Like all the houses are small. That sucks. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Where in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I think
a big complaint.
Yeah, we're right. But like, I grew up in the city,
Yeah.
so I'm so used to it. And like, not knowing my neighbors, I love it.
You love it.
I don't want to go outside. Hey, Carlos or
That's so
whoever
funny.
be my neighbor. I don't want to get my paper and he sees me in my robe.
See, I like that. I feel like that still exists here, though.
Think?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, like, I don't.
Not
know
with
any of
my neighbors specifically, but like
my neighbors. Sometimes I can hear them having sex. It's terrible. It's awful. And then also my.
Is the sex awful or the noise is awful?
I mean, you'll have to ask them. The noise for me is awful. But then also, there's a lady upstairs. She put a note under my door. And she was like, hey, you look really interesting. Really, you look really cool. And I was like, bro. And he or she
That's
put her
scary.
Instagram.
Oh, that's scary.
I was like, bruh.
That's a little scary. Do you get
I
like...
didn't respond.
Yeah, no, don't
Naturally.
respond. Yeah, don't respond. You should definitely get like a padlock too.
No, I think we're good.
You're
Well, what, you think a padlock? I'm fine. I have double locks. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
I could fend off.
sure you can.
I'm comfortable.
Do you get like the the scary Instagram messages like things being? I got one the other day that was like, I'm in love with you. I was like, I don't like this.
Scary?
That's scary.
I guess for a girl, yeah.
That's
if somebody
scary.
sent that as like a guy, I'd be like, yo, chill.
Yo,
but like,
chill.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get that as a girl. And like it would be
That's I'm in love with you, that note.
Yeah.
That's the same-
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. When I did get that, I was weirded out.
Right.
Especially since it was like under
That's
my
how
door.
women feel all the time, Ted.
Yeah, I guess I understand. Sorry, that's
Or
the
most of
garbage
them.
pit
That's
over
what they
there.
tell me.
Yeah. But yeah, theoretically, but like at the same time, like I don't know, I feel pretty comfortable that it's all good. I feel like I don't know, I don't think about it too much. Cause also like being comedians, like we're so out there ourselves. Like something weird, a little bit weird is gonna happen eventually.
It still freaks me out though.
That kind of stuff, yeah. If somebody's like, I'm in love with you, or like, I love seeing you at the coffee shop, or was it that specific, or
No,
what?
no. It
Was
was
it from
just-
like a real profile?
He looked kind of real, but I just didn't follow back and
But
just.
it
left
just
in.
said, I'm in love with you.
It's the only thing it said.
Why would that freak you out? I feel like that's endearing.
I guess so, maybe. Okay, tell me if this is freaky. This is freaky to me. So let's say you hooked up with someone, right? And then like they're texting you and they text you like, oh, I'm grilling out today.
What does that mean?
Okay. And then you're like, oh, that's cool. Like, what'd you grill? And then they send a selfie with like a watermelon and then your name carved into the watermelon. How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Did you just hear my stomach?
Yeah, that's
That's how I feel
that's a
about that.
visceral reaction.
Wait, someone said that I'm grilling out today, and you knew what that meant. Number one, and this freaking garbage shit. Keep talking. Monopod with Alexis. Hold on.
So it's like, so this happened. So this is a guy that sent me this, and it's like
But you had hung out with him before.
once,
How long did you guys hang out for?
one time for an hour, overnight.
An hour? How did he like get your number and info?
I gave it to him.
Where did you give
I
it to him?
hooked up with this guy.
Yes.
And then he sent me a picture of him with a watermelon and my name carved into the watermelon.
Was he in the picture too?
In some of them.
In some of them, how many pictures did he send you?
It was multiple pictures.
And the name was carved out in the watermelon, like with a key or like with a pressure hose.
Like with a knife or something. Like with maybe like a shallow
Yeah,
spoon.
and it said Alexis.
Alexis with a heart.
In the watermelon.
In the
Full watermelon.
Dead ass. I will show you the picture after.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
Wait, can you send it?
Yeah.
Pop it up
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
You don't have your phone. You have
But
it
I'll,
there.
oh yeah, I'll
Send it. Okay, we're popping it up right here.
That's
So you're
crazy.
asking me how I should feel about this?
That's crazy, right?
Why is that crazy?
It's a little like
It's a little.
that's a lot.
It's a little a lot, But is it crazy?
This is like the second scroll. Like you're scrolling in your phone messages. This is like the second scroll. Like
He's grilling.
This is the as long as we've talked is 2 scrolls and it's
Alexis in a watermelon with a heart. Is he an artist?
No.
Did this picture make it look like he's an artist?
I would say he's not an artist. I would say this was his first time carving anything into a thing. Did
you respond?
Of course I responded.
What did you say?
Nice. Of course. I said something like, "Oh, that's adorable," but
that's the problem with you girls.
I know.
How are we supposed to know that that's weird when you respond something like that? You're like, "Hey, when's the next date?" Fucking.
I know. It's because I have this thing where I'm like, okay, I want to like date, and then I'm like, this is bad. Like, this is a bad person. I should stop. Whatever.
Okay, so you said adorable, and then where did it go from here?
And then.
So you're asking me if this is weird. I don't know if I can answer if it is weird, if it's worked.
No, you have to answer. Like, what would you do if that happened to you?
If a girl said I'm grilling and then did that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it wouldn't get to that point where she's grilling and writing my name in a watermelon.
You'd leave the watermelon.
Nah, I might do what you did.
Yeah.
That's adorable. But that might have been it.
Yeah.
The second date wouldn't have happened.
No. There hasn't even been a first date. That's my thing. I'm like,
okay, but you hung out with him for an hour. Did a second date happen?
It's supposed
to. If the first date didn't happen, then
it was supposed to happen on Monday, and then I kind of canceled just because
yesterday.
Yeah, and then it was supposed to, now it's gonna be next Monday, but I'll probably cancel again.
How did you leave so much space between the first and this?
What do you mean?
Between canceling on Monday and then rescheduling for next Monday, he wasn't antsy and being like, "Come on, let's do Wednesday."
I think we said Thursday, and then he had to work Thursday or something.
Oh, so now he's playing you along a little bit.
Right, but tricks on him. I have no guns in this fight.
Yeah, but you might see him on Monday. What could he do to make you see him on Monday and not cancel? He's like, by the way, that watermelon thing was weird. My bad.
If he said that, then maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Odds he would listen to this pod. It's
0.
out on Thursday. 0. Maybe not 0.
Maybe not 0.
Are you going to hide the story from him?
No.
So he could.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no, I won't.
You will hide the story from him or no?
I won't hide the story from him.
So there's a chance. It's a good idea to hide the story or no? So chances are it's Thursday right now. As you guys are, if you guys are listening to it on the day that it came out, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Date's on Monday. He could have listened to it by Monday and texted you and be like, "Hey, listen to that pod with Ted Jones. By the way, that watermelon picture was so weird. My bad."
If he does
That'd be epic.
If he does that, then I guess he's the one.
So you're asking me ultimately what I think about this? Genius. No, yeah, I think it's weird. But there are weird. But people text each other weird shit all the time, and there's no context in text, right?
Yeah.
Like if you asked him in person, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like you're going over, and he's like, "I'm grilling," and then he showed you a watermelon of like, "Look what I made." You guys would both share a laugh, and then it probably wouldn't be that weird.
Right.
The only reason it's 10 times weirder is because it's over text and there's no context.
Yeah.
Context, yeah.
Also, I don't know. Is that what people do?
What?
Like that are like
weird stuff. It's tough to have game over text. And then especially like dating apps, forget about it.
Yeah.
So it's tough for people, I think, to adjust now to really having game over text. Because there's so many rules. There's so many unwritten rules.
Yeah.
You have to wait X amount of time. You can't be too antsy. Can't want to see them too much. And like back when our grandparents were dating, it was like, all right, I'll see you in 5 days. Yeah. I'll send you a letter. I'll show up with flowers. We'll get married next week. We'll be married for 80 years.
Right. It was very simple. Yeah.
Like you marry the girl who lives in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's done.
Now you don't have an opportunity to meet someone now you can meet someone like 3 subway stops away, and like that's too close, you know?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's too weird. Watermelon thing is too weird.
I know.
I can't get over it.
It is weird.
It's just like
I think if he just sent you
the thought.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
the thought. The thoughtfulness is nice. That's cool. Okay, good check. Good mark. The commitment to doing that and then sending it. Okay, fine, good.
So then, what's the weird part?
The weird part is that's just like that was an idea that just crossed his head, and then he was like, "Yeah, this is a great idea. I should do this."
I'll give it to you. It's weird.
I don't know.
It's weird.
That's the only weird thing that's happened to you, though, the letter?
Recently.
Yeah.
I mean, in college, I mean, yeah, weird stuff has happened here and there. Nothing that has like stood out blatantly. Like I remember one time I like pretended to leave the bar in college and I was like hiding behind a car and a girl like ran out and she was like looking for me.
Oh my God.
I was just like hiding behind a Nissan.
That's so funny.
Like
you went incognito mode?
Yeah, try to. But like besides that, I kind of just like will brush it off and like not think about it too much.
Yeah.
Because also being a guy, it doesn't happen nearly as much as it happens to girls. Like if a girl is creepy to me, I feel like she'll know right away that she's being creepy. I'll know that she's being creepy, and then like it kind of fades away. Like guys have way less.
Yeah, you don't have that like sixth sense of like, oh, I might be in danger.
Obviously, I'm not saying like I would beat her up, but
right.
like if it came down to that, like I could push her away.
Right.
Right.
Or
so it's like it's different.
You
for
just
a girl.
outrun her. You just run away.
Too, yeah,
literally.
I'm fast. Yeah. So it's like girls, yeah, you have to have like a defense mechanism. You have to sense like fear.
Yeah.
You have to have a good awareness of fear. When like being a guy, you like kind of just like disregard that because you're looking for other things besides that in a woman. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, I mean like when a guy sees a girl, the first thing he's thinking is not like, is she safe?
More guys should be scared. More guys should be like,
I agree.
I'm terrified.
Well, because sometimes guys will get their heart broken because they're making girls' names in watermelons.
Yeah.
And they think it's normal.
Well, this is a PSA.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that.
Yeah. We need a more even playing field here.
Yeah. I think maybe like crocheting her name. That could work.
In what?
I don't know. In like a
watermelon.
In like a
That'd
pillow.
be more insane. Yeah, in a pillow. Right. Imagine. I'm sure you'd love that. Girls would think that was way weirder.
Yeah, for sure.
Way weirder. Crocheting in a pillow. I would like to go back to the days though where like a guy can get a girl a bouquet of flowers and she would love it. Like that does not exist anymore.
I feel like it does for some people.
But it would have to be
the losers.
It would have to be under extenuating circumstances.
Suckers. Yeah.
Like you'd have to have done a lot of right things consecutively. And then on top of that, given the flowers. Like you couldn't be texting her, good morning, princess. Good afternoon. How's your day? Let me know you get home safe. Good evening. Good night. I'm dreaming about you. And then on top of that, give her flowers. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like all those things were missing 25 years ago, and then you gave her the flowers. So then it was like, okay, you went the whole day, maybe you didn't see her for 4 days, and then you gave her the flowers. So it's like, oh, this whole big presentation right at once.
Also, flowers typically I feel like are like contextualized as like, I fucked up. Like, I feel like that's a big thing with flowers. It's like, that's the big gesture because I did something wrong. Maybe. Yeah. Or like in movies or something.
In movies, rom-coms.
Yeah. Because like, I don't know. Actually, I think one of my boyfriends got me flowers one time. And he's gay. Now? Yeah, he wasn't, he was asexual when we met and then gay now.
Did you guys ever kiss?
Mm-hmm. I took his virginity.
He was asexual though. What was that like?
Asexual is basically like you're just not into like sex stuff. You're just like into intimacy.
Like cuddling and kissing?
Yeah, it's annoying. Just kidding. But
no, that happened. I know many girls in the past who dated gay guys.
Yeah. Well, also, so we broke up and then we lived together. When was that? We moved in August 2022.
Oh, wow.
And then we broke up like in September or October.
So you were living with him in New York City?
No. In August 2022. So a year before I moved here. But we were together for like a year and some change before we moved in together.
Did you know he was gay?
I feel like we both knew that he was not a typical dude. And I knew that like that was fine. Like we were both okay with whatever he was. But then after we broke up, I was like, yeah, you should do like whatever. Figure out who you are.
Were there certain signs that you look back on now and you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have ignored that?
Well, he's like a big gamer dude, so he's super into like a bunch of nerdy stuff. I don't think that's a sign of like him being gay, but like I I don't know. He's like very into his hair care. Also, that's kind of like typical, stereotypical, whatever. But he just like, I don't know. He's just like a quirky dude. Like, and then he like went out with this one guy after we broke up when we were still living together. His name was Michael, I think. But yeah, I don't know.
So you still lived with him while you guys were not together?
Yeah.
For how long?
For like the rest of the lease.
And how long was that?
Like 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't all horrible. Like the first 4 months were hard. Like we were both kind of like, you know, still upset or whatever.
So you were together for 4 months, then the next 4 months were hard.
It was like,
and then the remaining
we were together for like
okay.
2 years altogether.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, breaking up with someone when you're roommates with them is like gotta be insane, especially when you're on the same lease. You're like, look, we need to just bond together to pay this rent. It's insane. Yeah.
And like, he's still, I would say, one of the best people I've ever met.
Wow, that's sweet. Nice.
I definitely, he's up here in my list of people.
Wow, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he gay as hell.
No, I mean, I know a lot of gay people.
Yeah.
Who are great people.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people who are good people, so.
Yeah, no.
Mixed bag.
But yeah, he's probably like the person that like I feel like opened me up more than like anyone else had before that, like in relationship or whatever, like terms. Because like before that, it was just like a 18-year-old when I was 16, and then like a guy that cheated on me when he went to college. So like my dating history before that was kind of trash. But Kadir's a winner. What's his name?
Are you allowed to say his name? Should I bleep it out?
I don't care. I said his name on Kill Tony. Or I outed him on Kill Tony.
You outed him?
Yeah.
You're like, by the way, my boyfriend.
I called him a pussy.
So, Alexis,
he thought it was great, though. He thought it was very funny.
That's hilarious. This has been a great episode, Alexis. You've been very vulnerable and open with us. Before we get out of here, anything else you want to share?
We have a comedy show that we do every Saturday in Astoria. It's called Only Friends Comedy. It's super fun. It's super cool.
Where can we find TIX?
TIX, it's a free show. So come out, get some free comedy. But yeah, I have a Instagram. I'll send it to you.
Pop it up right here. Let us know. We'll pop it up.
Okay, we'll pop it.
Well, let us know what it is right now.
Yes.
Let us know.
It's Only Friends Comedy.
No, let us know your Instagram too.
Oh,
you have a separate Instagram?
Yes.
Both of it. Both. Shout out both of them.
ASAP Angry is my Instagram. It's like ASAP Rocky, but
Angry.
a woman.
And Only Friends Comedy.
And Only Friends Comedy.
Alexis, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Guys,
Of course.
thanks so much for tuning in. Alexis, you have to send me that photo of the watermelon.
Of course.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We had quite a great time. Alexis, I'll see you around. Guys, see you next time. Peace.
Bye.